Why do origins matter? We awake most mornings into a frenzy of activity. Yet at the centre of the universe is the God who is resting. We spend the day trying to achieve a great many things, desperately needing to hear the words, "Well done, good and faithful one." According to Genesis, there is a God who is at rest, satisfied with being God. We forge ahead driven by many unmet needs and desires, unresolved fears and anxieties, often making a mess of relationships as we control, manipulate and avoid others to get what we think we want. According to Genesis, at the heart of the universe is a God who is resting. A content God. A God at home in the world God created. A God at peace with himself and his creation. A God who does not have to dominate or manipulate his world, but can simply say things like, "Let there be," and "let them." Australians now work more hours per week than any other nation on earth except for South Koreans. And all this work happens with little or no rest. Is it our greed or our insecurity? Whatever it is that feeds our desires for more money, more for the kids, more for retirement, more things to fill our houses and our lives. Whatever fuels our consumption of food, of technology, cars, larger or renovated houses, even people, a planet, and ultimately our very lives. Yet in the origin stories of Genesis, God is not driven to work, to consume or to accumulate. God chooses to work out of freedom and abundance, out of love. God creates because it is a natural expression of his love, not because he needs to. God rests because it is also the natural expression of that same love, not because he tires and needs to rest. The quiet Sabbath space of ceasing, resting, celebrating and feasting is as much an expression of love as the goodness, beauty and generosity in creation that flows from the love shared by Father, Son and Spirit, God in three persons. Yet we couldn't be more different. We fail to rest. We succumb to the suffocating demands of our own making. We forsake quietness and solitude. We suffer every waking moment from the invasion of information, whether they're texts, emails, Facebook, the internet with Google, newspapers, magazines, even radio. We fake an escape by listening to some music or going to a movie. Now, such invasions may be horrible enough, but they also aim to convince us that we do not have enough or know enough. You need more. You need more money. You need more Facebook friends. You need more time. You need to exercise more. You need more sex. Or if you believe the emails, at least a longer penis. You need more technology. You need faster broadband. You need a faster, or maybe if you're older, a safer car. You need more shoes or bags or hats or t-shirts. You need to be satisfied. Yet in all this, we fail to find the freedom promised in all these things. The freedom of contentment that we so desperately long for. We never experience the love we need to rest, and we rarely rest in order to discover that we are love. Yet our origin stories in Genesis tell us that on the seventh day, God finished the work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and hallowed it, because on it God rested from all the work that he had done in creation. The creation stories that we're looking at in this module from Genesis 1 stand in stark contrast to our lives. The great climax of the creation story, at the centre of the universe, embracing all that has been made and all that will be made, there is a God who is simply at rest, a giving God who has an eternal circle and dance of Father, Son and Spirit, a dance that spills over into the extravagance and beauty and generosity of creation, yet also spills over into rest. A giving God who invites all creation, all people to enter into rest-filled community. A giving God who makes it possible to enter into this rest through the death and resurrection of the Son, Jesus. As we will see in future weeks, the tragedy of Genesis 3 and the tragedy of our lives is that we have turned our backs on God the giver's eternal dance of love, God's generous invitation to join that dance, God's gift of salvation, God's gift of rest. Why do origin stories matter? Because knowing God is also about living well. And our origin stories remind us not only what God is like, but show us what we are like and remind us what it is to live well.